Good afternoon and welcome to this BCSA T20 national tournament fixture between Limpopo and Border. It was Border that won the toss and elected to bat first, and we are 4.4 overs in now with the score at 44 for 2. It's there's a partnership of 28 brewing between Lazola Daniels and Siviwe Ronase. Ronase on 16 of 18 deliveries with 2 boundaries, and the non-striker Daniels 14 of 10 with 2 boundaries in that time. Bowling at the moment is Makondelele, who is 1.4 overs into his spell, 21 runs going from it. It's been worked into the leg side where they've taken a quick single, have Border, and managing to get through. It is the B1 batter who faced Ronase, so every run that he gets off the bat will get doubled unless it's a boundary. It's a relatively good start in terms of run rate over here, going at just under 10 to the over so far. It's been hard work. They have lost 2 wickets though, have Border. Just another no ball to add to the tally from Limpopo. Limpopo will be quite chuffed with those 2 early wickets, but just a bit of a rebuilding phase here by the Border batters. It's a beautiful afternoon here at the Oval in KZN, and not a cloud in sight, so really warm out there. Drinks will be the order of the day, and not much wind around. It's been a long tournament so far. These teams have played many matches. The ball's been hit down to a third man region. They jogged through for a single. That brings to an end this 5th over, 49 for 2. These teams have been playing for 4 days straight now, playing 2 games a day, so it must be really tiring. As mentioned, the conditions are really warm, and yeah, we're starting to see a bit of fatigue in the players, but it's all to play for today, as tomorrow we begin with our semi-finals, one being played at Kingsmead, one being played here at the Oval where we are at. In the background you can see Kingsmead Oval. That's where the final will be held as well. A spectacular venue to round off what's been a spectacular tournament so far. Lots of runs, lots of wickets. It's been entertainment galore, and a real showcase for blind cricket around the country. Coming into the attack now, Henry Marsha. Hasn't bowled a ball in this fixture yet, so be interesting to see. He's got quite a bit of a run up. It's delivered with a bit of pace. It's been swept into the leg side, fielded in nice and close, but they do scamper through for the single, bringing up the 50 runs. First game in which I am commentating for this Limpopo team. I'm getting feedback. They haven't had the greatest tournament in terms of results so far. Border have picked up a few wins along the way, beating Western Province the other day in a real nail-biter of a game. And looks like they're just going to sneak through for the single there. Probably a bye to be signalled, and it's a bye that's been signalled. There's lots of work to be done here in the field. We've seen fielding as such an important element of the game, as the umpire stretches his arms once again for a wide. The fielding has been really impressive, especially, you know, around the boundary ropes. We've seen so much sliding around and bodies on the line to stop the ball, and just the real showcase of the desire and heart that goes into it by these players. Been paddled around the corner, and they sneak through for a single. So far, some good rotation of strike. Lazola Daniels has been one of the standout batters for Border, and the fact that he's still there means that there's chance of a big total. And the ball's been missed by the B1 batter, Renase. It's a real skill to listen for the ball and just purely use your auditory senses to hit the ball. It's really astonishing. He's gone there, tried to play his shots. It's gone past the bat once again, mistiming it. And it's a celebration as wicket as number 3 has fallen. And a jubilant Limpopo side take another wicket. And that sees the end of Renase. Just going through and hitting his stumps. The ball, that is. And wicket number 3 coming at a time where Border wouldn't really find it ideal. They wouldn't want to lose too many wickets in this stage of the game. It's quite early on. Joyful celebration from Limpopo. They are really happy about that. There's just the captain just getting ready, putting the gloves on.
Bowlers number 2.
Alright, thank you.
Batsman and must be a B1.
Shed number
Just a bit of discussion, trying to get the message through as to who the new batter is that's in. Just some discussion here. I think it's got to do with the order of the batting in relation to the B1, B2 and B3 batters. As you can see in the background there, the towering lights over Kingsmead Stadium. Real iconic one here throughout South Africa. And beautiful palm trees all around, some of the local flora, real common here in KwaZulu-Natal. And we do have the new batter coming to the crease now, Ball Felt. So another B1 batter. One of those whose runs off the bat will be doubled unless it is a boundary. Currently the score 6 overs gone. The power play is completed, 53 for 3, and relatively evenly balanced at this stage. It's a real good run rate, going at 8.8 to the over. It's just that unfortunate loss of 3 wickets that may have set borderlines back. There's still some discussion going on in the middle. Umpires communicating with the players. And we do have confirmation now who the new batter is in. It's Molwando. New batter, Molwande Sompu. But it was the end of the over where that wicket was taken, and it is now a new bowler, Benny Molema, coming into the attack. First ball been bludgeoned into the leg side. Fielder gets a boot to it. It's brilliant fielding, and they come back for a second. Hit really hard into the leg side. It's a brilliant shot. Lazola Daniels has proven many times that he's a more than capable batter. He's on 19 or 15 deliveries, 2 boundaries. This one he's walked across, he's hit it into the same area, but this time the fielder not able to get to it. That's a fantastic stroke. 4 more runs to the scorecard. 23 now for Lazola Daniels. Score moving on to 59 for 3 now. He's reversed that back past the keeper. Brilliant fielding down in the third man region. Getting his legs in the way. Really, really impressed by the commitment from a lot of these players where they come sliding in. Doesn't matter what the surface looks like. It's a rather sandy and dusty oval, very dry despite yesterday's bit of rain that was received. Quite often seeing dust patches flying up when fielders go sliding, but that hasn't stopped them. The commitment, the energy that goes into it is just superb. Sompu facing his first delivery now, and it's a corner! Huge celebrations from Limpopo as they strike once again. It is excellent, absolutely brilliant bowling. He's just kept his line, and the ball has rolled on to hit the stumps. That dreaded clank. What a fantastic ball, and Sompu will now make the walk back to the change room. The Limpopo fielding outfits in real good spirits. Been chanting and clapping throughout the innings so far. Fantastic to see. Fourth wicket falling. We do have new batter coming out to the crease. This will most likely be a B1. Ballfelt was the one that came out initially, and then they confirmed that he didn't need to come out at 5, but he is here now at 6 after having his compatriot lose his wicket. First ball.
Number 5.
B1 batsman, right?
The B1, yes.
Alright, thank you.
Bowler getting real pumped up. Oh, clapping once again from the Limpopo outfit. Haven't seen any other team do this while they're in the field. Just keep the spirits up, keep the hands warm. Currently 60 for 4. 6.4 overs gone. As mentioned, quite a healthy run rate. Just that wickets column starting to look a bit scary. Coaching staff and the rest of the players getting involved from the sidelines with the chanting and cheering. Festive spirit out here at the Oval today. Keeper just helping the batter with his gloves. And first ball, and it's another first ball wicket. It's 2 in a row here. After all the suspense and the build-up, it's another first baller. Ballfeldt won't feel good about that. He's been asked to come to the wicket twice, and he's walking off for a second time now. And this time he won't be returning in the innings, as it is the end of his innings. First baller, and we are on a hat-trick. It is the first time in this tournament where I've seen a hat-trick ball. So a real opportunity now to get your name in the history books. There's lots of chirping and laughter out in the middle for the Limpopo fielding outfit as Tim Stones comes to the pitch.
Tim Stones coach.
And he will be facing a hat-trick ball now. Oh, it's not bad, but it's been swept into the leg side. Chance of a run out. And it's just a single. No consideration for a second run. It does seem that Tim Stones may have slipped when trying to turn. Medics just being called upon to do a few checks just in case. Make sure that he's all right. That does complete the 7th over. The score is now 61 for 5. Current run rate 8.71 to the over. Lazola Daniels, who is on the non-strikers end, real catalyst for this batting lineup at Border. They'll be relying on him.
They took one run.
As I was saying, Lazola Daniels, 24 of 17, really doing well. It's not the first time in this tournament he's started scoring runs. Seems to be a Limpopo fielder that also also got hurt in the process. Just having the medics seeing to him. We hope that all is all right. We are getting ready now for the next delivery, or the next over. Bowler coming in from this end. Henry Marsha, it's a fantastic first over that he bowled. Managed to take a wicket and only concede 3 runs from it. And the injured fielder taking a jog back onto the field. Glad to see that he's alright and able to continue. So obviously nothing too serious. Henry Marsha just realigning his field, making sure that everyone's in the positions that he'd like. No one really straight. Marsha ready to come in now. It's gone down leg side. Stones has hit that straight to the fielder, but there's been a slight misfield. They don't consider a second for the misfield and go through for the single.
Yeah, no ball.
There was a no ball signal. The ball did roll off the pitch. Oh, he's bowled a really good ball. It's just been pushed into the offside by Lazola Daniels. Can see the class of Lazola Daniels already looking to back up for a second run just in case. That awareness of the possibility of extra runs. Stones missing the ball. Umpire not signalling anything. It's a dot ball. Once again, Henry Marsha holding up an end really well. So far, only going for 3 in this over. 3 deliveries remaining. This time hitting it out to a backward point region for a single. They won't mind that with Limpopo. Oh, paddled around the corner. They jog through for a single. Ball fielders backing up, making sure that they don't concede any more runs. Wonderful work from the Limpopo fielders. Umpire signalling wide. Would be frustration for Marsha. It's been such a good over. Don't want to be letting it slip now. Oh, miscommunication. Could that be the end of him? No. Oh, that's the worst way Lazola Daniels could have lost his wicket, is through a slight miscommunication. And dramatic ball ends another good over for Limpopo. Henry Marsha only conceding 6 runs from it. It's the end of the 8th over, 67 for 5.
Scored 7.
Makondelele coming back into the attack now. He's gone for 25 runs in his first 2 overs, rather expensive. But Border Lions are currently on the back foot, and a wicket or 2 could really spell danger. That's on the wickets, but it's been hit really hard. Wonderful shot, the timing impeccable. And he's hit the ball all the way to the boundary for 4. Lazola Daniels. Lazola Daniels with a fantastic shot. He looks to be in a little bit of discomfort. and don't know if he needs some medical attention here. Could be, looks like his knees grabbing onto his knee, and would be a massive blow if he's not able to continue batting. Umpire is just conferring as to what to do now. Does look like the discussions might be leading to Lazola Daniels requiring a runner. He's just struggling with an injury. I'm not too sure what the rulings are and if that is possible. Lazola Daniels looking to continue. There's still discussions going on in the middle. Lazola's hit that down to a backward of square region and gets through for the single. Still able to run for himself, so can't be too serious an injury, or we hope not. Makondelele coming in, run taken. Daniel still doesn't look comfortable when running through. There's a slight limp. So far so good this over for Border, managing to rotate the strike and get the boundary. And this time he's hit it through the keeper's legs. Fielder's come around to grab the single. And backing up good, making sure that there's no extra runs to be given away. Score moves on to 72 for 5, or 74 for 5 after 8.4 to the over. 2 balls remaining. Oh, he's got a cross. There's an appeal and it is gone. Stones moving across, trying to hit it into the leg side. And he's been given out LBW. That is wicket number 6. Limpopo are fired up here, going at a rate of knots with the ball. It's time for them now to start looking to end this innings as soon as possible. Sooner they can get these 4 wickets, the less runs to chase. Some tired legs and tired body language out in the middle. And no ball's been bowled. Mokondolele wouldn't have wanted that to finish off the over. The first ball to a new batter. The new batter in at the crease. Moshwe Shwe. And that's another no ball. Just struggling to find his lines. Bowling no balls both sides of the wicket. Calls for him to relax as there's just 1 ball remaining in his over. Well, it's been a really good over as well. It's been rather expensive in general, going for 34 runs in his 2.5 so far. And he's bowled another no ball. Just alternating sides, offside, leg side, offside with his no balls. Maybe just trying to overcompensate. And that's much better. It's been swept into the leg side by Mshwi Shwi. And that single has brought an end to the 9th over. 78 for 6. As mentioned before, the run rate is still looking good. As we're going off for a drinks break. Going off for a drinks break. It is really warm out here today, so it's very necessary for the players just to stay refreshed. Please stay tuned. We will be back in a few. And we are back underway after the drinks break. That was the 4th ball of the 10th over. And it's been a really good one so far from Selubane. He's managed to keep them down to 3 runs in the over so far. Score is on 81 for 6. That's a good ball, really straight. Paddled around the corner by Lazola Daniels, who's now moved on to 33. Key man looking in a little discomfort when running between the wickets, carrying a type of niggle. And that's been it down the ground. Fielder getting onto it, some brilliant fielding. There's a bit of a scramble from Shwe. Really had to run through. That is the halfway stage now. 83 for 6. 83 wouldn't be a bad platform to work from, but as mentioned, there's just so many wickets that have fallen. Just getting together in the middle, having a little chat as to how to go forward from here.
Empire can have the bowler straight number.
No ball first up from the new bowler.
Number 8.
Thank you.
Maepa coming into the attack now and bowling his first legal delivery. Just the singles. Real anguish on the face of Daniels when completing his run. Maepa. Can he capitalize? Can he get another breakthrough? Oh, it's a huge swing. There's an appeal. And Mshweshwe following up, needing to get back into his crease. The big cheer, big chant. This time reverse swept into the offside. Appeal been issued, but the square leg umpire not interested. Some good running now between the wickets. 86 for 6. Ball's been swept out into the leg side. Just the single. It's been reverse swept this time, missing out again. Shwe once again backing up, enticing the fielder to throw at the bowler's end and then somehow getting himself a single. Well, getting the team a run. It was signalled as a bye. Keeper Masha really upset with that, frustrated with the fact that that was a single. Mshweshwe's hit that so well into the leg side. It looks like the ball's going to win the race to the boundary, and it has. That's been a rare boundary from anyone except Lazola Daniels, but Mshweshwe getting in on the act. It is 92 for 6 now, 11 overs gone. Partnership just starting to build now at 18 runs. clapping starting from the Limpopo dugout. Just trying to get that energy up again. Seems to be a lull in energy now that there's no wickets being taken. We're gonna have a change in bowling now. Tulani Shikwambani coming into the attack. Hasn't bowled a ball yet in this game. And he's bowled him! First ball is come in and he's bowled the danger man, Lazola Daniels. Daniels with a fantastic innings. He's done so well keeping this border innings alive. But he departs for 34 of 27 deliveries. That's a brilliant knock. Border Lions are on the verge of trouble. Only 3 wickets in hand now with just over 8 overs to go. In real danger of getting bowled out before the 20 are up. And it is time for a B1 batter to come in. And as we were speaking about it being a bit quieter now that no wickets are being taken, the breakthrough has come, and there's some shouting and enthusiasm once again. Limpopo have their tails up. Makoko coming into bat now. Batter number 9 for Border Lions. Started off with a dot ball. Mountain to climb ahead of him now. Just straying on his lines, ball rolling over the side of the pitch, which signals no ball.
White ball or no ball ends?
No ball. And suddenly the clouds have pulled in. Not even an hour ago it was clear blue skies, and we know how quickly the weather can change here in Durban, as you can see. And it's not just any clouds, it's darker clouds coming in from the ocean. And the ball once again being delivered down the leg side, wide signalled. Score moving on to 94 for 7 after 11.3 overs. Run rate slowly starting to drop. All of this leaning in favour of Limpopo. Limpopo have been really good with the ball today. That's not a bad delivery. He's tried to have a swing at it and it's deemed legal by the umpire. Rolling through rather slowly, keeping us all in anticipation. And that's also gone very wide. That should be a no ball, and it is. All of a sudden, extra starting to flow. Shikwambani just struggling with his lines. And it's another no ball, almost exactly how the previous balls were bowled. Maybe time to consider coming from the other side of the wicket, which is exactly what he's done. And welcome dot ball from Shikwambani. Oh, that's gone wide once again. Too wide. It's no ball. It's the 5th extra of the over, having to bowl 11 balls so far in this over. This one also looking good, and that is a legal delivery. That ends the 12th over, 97 for 7. Two batters at the crease. Between them, about 22 balls faced. So they're starting to spend some time at the wicket, and it's interesting. Would the tactics be to try and see out the 20 overs, or would they be sending in their batters saying go and score runs? It's quite a low score, but not necessarily undefendable. It would take a heck of a bowling performance from Borderlines. First ball of this over has gone for wide. Austin Machabe coming into the attack now. And that's a huge swing. It was a great effort at a stumping as well. Keeper getting really involved. See a bit of rotation in the keepers throughout this innings. Machabe getting hit into the leg side. Chance of a run out. And the keeper's fumbled it. Unbelievable. That was such a good chance at getting a run out. And he's fumbled it. He had so much time. Will be kicking himself. Should have been a wicket. Makoko Luana coming on to strike now. He's faced 9 deliveries. and yet to score a run. So it would be time now to start getting bats on ball. Another chance of a run out, Connor begging. And that has brought up the 100 for Border Lions. Coming up in good time after 12.3 overs. Still lots of time to score more runs and maybe set 150, 160. Would take a big effort from the current batsman. And Shri coming down, having a swing. He has hit boundaries. Well, he's hit a boundary, so he does have it in him. Just not timing that as well as he would have liked. That's a great shot into the leg side. Two fielders chasing it down. And they decide to come back for a second. It's good running. Seen lots of runs on this ground today. Earlier on we had Buelan taking on Free State. First innings 228 runs were scored. In the second innings 155. Almost 400 runs in one T20 game. Mind you, if that's anything to go by, we should look at this India-South Africa series on the go at the moment. Multiple scores over 200. Back to the action. No ball signalled. First ball of the over. Machabe on the money. Second ball just down leg side. Very close to that leg stump. And that is the end of the over. Dot ball to round off the 13th. Score is 103 for 7. I'd be very surprised if Shikwambani didn't come back. He's had a great first over, taking a wicket, but it isn't him. Benny Mulema coming back into the attack. It's a bit questionable for me. He's taken a wicket in that previous over of his. 5 runs only conceded. Why wouldn't the captain give him a second? But to be fair, Mulema has also got 2 wickets in his first over, and here's a chance now, and he's given him. That is why the captain knows better than me. What an inspired bowling change. Mulema taking wickets for fun. He's only bowled 7 deliveries, but he's taken 3 wickets in that time. That's excellent work. 8 wickets down for 103 runs. Limpopo are in the driver's seat. Really fired up. The clapping has started once again all around the ground. New man coming into the crease, Walter Meva. Coming in at number 10. Needing to stick around as long as possible after losing the key man, Shwe Shwe. He was the one that was showing some intent and aggression, and did hit that one boundary that was giving hope that he might be the man to bring a few more runs around.
Empire.
And Molema coming in for his 8th delivery. It's been a wicket-filled spell from him. And Shwe Shwe just got a bit overzealous, looking for as many runs as he can get. Molema just straying on his line, conceding that no ball. Not ideal to the new batsman. You want to be giving them as much of trouble as possible. Try and get him playing as early as possible. Gone, and he's moved across his stumps, hit it to the leg side. They go through for a single. Luana on strike now, the B1 batter. Can he utilize that? Can he use that doubling up of runs to bring borderlines to a respectable total? First ball's been hit straight to the fielder. Dot ball. It's now 12th dot ball that he's faced. Another dot ball. It's really good from Molema. He'll want to continue just pressurizing and creating the squeeze on border lions. That's a good ball, that. Going nowhere. Batter just making sure he doesn't lose his wicket. Gone down leg side, and the umpire decides it's too wide, and stretching his arms out. That's a much better delivery. He's mistimed it, and it's another wicket. Molema not bowling fast at all, and that probably being to his benefit. Luana trying to play that, but hitting it way too early, and he missed the ball completely in the end. Molema taking his 4th wicket. Wow, 2 overs, 4 wickets, 10 runs. That's a masterful bowling display so far, and I do apologize for questioning the bowling change because I was wrong. That was brilliant. 1 wicket in hand for Border Lions. Limpopo, 1 more wicket to take. Just gloving up the new batter.
The last batsman coming in.
Hold on, Jake. Yeah, it is the last batsman. It's a P1 batsman. Yeah, Makula.
Machedi, the final batter, coming in to bat. Number 11 for Border Lions. Just getting gloved up and ready. Captain. Captain is going to be doing the running for Machedi. It is a new over and Machabe is bowling. Oh, apologies.
What's his name? Pola, number
There's
11.
a change in bowling. After grabbing the gloves earlier, Henry Marsha coming into the attack once again. He also with really good bowling figures, 1 for 9 after 2 overs. It's been a combined bowling effort from all of these Limpopo bowlers, making life very difficult for Border Lions. Can Marsha come in and take this final wicket? And he's lined it up. It's on the wicket, but it's been swept into the leg side. They come back for a second. It's a dangerous one, but the throw wasn't the best in the world. 2 runs coming from it. And that's down leg side once again. He's hit it nicely. The fielder's in for a chase. He's collected it and thrown it in this time. And they do come through for a second. Meva trying to grab whatever runs he can now at the end. Oh, that time walking across, missing it, and gee, was really close to his stumps. Almost a repeat of that previous ball. Another dot. Spin it into the leg side. 3 dots in a row. Pressure building. And there's an appeal, and that is 4 dots in a row to end the 15th over. 15 overs gone. It's 110 for 9. Hello, Maepa coming in to bowl the 16th over now. He's also taken a wicket for himself, going for 17 in those, 15 in those first 2 overs. This time, no ball signalled. He has bowled him, but on a no ball. Just not pitching the ball in the right half of the pitch. And yeah, he'll be kicking himself. But that's the exact line he wants to be bowling. Maepa going down leg. It's been swept down to the fine leg region. A good chase on. And been thrown in. They come back for the second. That's a big swing, big puff of dust coming off the pitch. This pitch has been used now 3 days in a row, so a lot of wear and tear. That's been swung really well into the leg side. Great stop, reducing it down to 1 run. I'll say it again, the effort that these guys have been putting in the field is just marvelous to watch. And that's 1 run once again. Just 1 ball remaining, or 2 runs, as it is the B1 batter, Machedi. Swept it to the leg side, straight to the fielder though, and just a single to end the over. 119 for 9 after 16. Limpopo still firmly in the driving seat, but all the runs now that are accumulating for Border are going to be useful in their defence. Every run gets them closer to a defendable target. Was on the stumps, hit out to the leg side.
Order set number, please.
Bowler number 16, 1-6.
Thank you. Baranutsu Angit. Mokondelele.
Mokondelele coming back into the attack now, bowling his final over. It's been the most expensive of the lot of these Limpopo bowlers. Looking for a tight final over. Fielder's injured himself in the process, but he has collected the ball and reduced the running to 1 run.
Constable.
We do have the fielder who fielded that recent ball, he did show a bit of discomfort when doing so, and just having a bit of a stretch out now. Reminder that we are at the BCSA national tournament. Whole lot of provincial teams and franchises getting involved, bringing teams in, and just the promoting the sport of cricket through the blind community.
Yeah.
And it's really a beautiful occasion every year when all these teams come together, because you just see how really talented the players are, and it's a real showcase of sport in general, and how exciting it always is. Lots to play for at the moment. This is the final round of fixtures before the knockouts, and tomorrow we will have two semi-finals, one on this very ground and one at Kingsmead Stadium just across the road, as you can see in the background. And the winners of those two fixtures will go into the final. That's a one-handed slap into the leg side. They're looking for a second, but just settling for the one. It's just the one run, but it's the one run turn two by the B1 scoring that run. All of these such valuable runs. 124 for 9 now, looks a lot better than 106. Partnership going up to 19 now for the final wicket. Limpopo just letting it slip slightly towards the end of this innings. It's a real good effort here from Meva and Machedi.
How many balls left?
2 balls left. 2.
That ball's been hit straight back at the bowler. Dot ball. A big swipe at that. Surprised that didn't get called a wide, but that is the end of the 17th over. 125 for 9. That's also the end of the spell for Mokondelele. 1 wicket for 42 runs in his 4 overs. Rather expensive. Next bowler into the attack. Makhoka bowling 1 over, taking a wicket for himself, going for 8 runs, and tasked with bowling the 18th over for Limpopo. It's good work. Batsman working it down to fine leg. Rotational strike just as important now. Key thing is not losing their wicket before the final ball of the 20. And he's bowled him just as I say that. Oh, how often the commentators curse strikes. It's unbelievable. And that is the final wicket of the innings. And Limpopo setting themselves or generating themselves a target of 127 with a really good bowling performance. Border Lions just on the back foot with their constant loss of wickets. Could have set a much bigger total, and won't be too happy with 126. But that is what they have to work with. It is the halfway break, the halfway mark of this fixture at the BCSA National Tournament. Teams are going to have a bit of a refreshment and a changeover, and we'll be back in a few. Stay tuned. And we welcome you back to the second innings of this BCSA national tournament fixture. Limpopo are taking on the Border Lions, and Border Lions going into bat first, scoring 126 but being bowled out before the 20. Won't be too happy with that, as there were a few more runs out on offer, but they won't complain since Limpopo were the dominant team with the ball. A really good final wicket partnership, just adding 20 extra runs, making it a lot more defendable, and we're setting ourselves up for a mouth-watering clash here. If Border can take a few early wickets, then Limpopo will find themselves under a bit of pressure. But if Limpopo can get off to a good start, they should be able to cruise through to win this game. Anything can happen.
Do you have the batters and bowler now? Or is the waiting?
Yeah, I
Opening the batting, Henry Marsha. He was instrumental with the ball, and also threw on the gloves for a few overs. And now he's opening the batting, looking to get Limpopo off to a good start. From the other side, Marcus Makhoka.
Empire.
And opening the bowling for the Border Lions, Bangela Manqindi. He's the border captain, and he's opened with a wide. First innings taking really long. We had quite a lot of stoppages with injuries. I think players are starting to get quite tired going into the final day of group stages now. It's been 4 full days of cricket. That's not a bad delivery. Really well played now. Going down to the third man boundary. And they're just sneaking a few runs. Fielder's got to come around from fine leg. He's got a real long chase. And they come back for a third. Brilliant running. It was a real vacant region, which meant that lots of ground had to be covered by the fine leg fielder. It might induce a field change. Makhoka coming on to strike now. He's hit it over the infield. Again, very vacant space. They come back for a second. It is the power play, so if you do clear the infield, there are multiple runs on offer. It's definitely the start that Limpopo would have wanted. There's another single. And they come back for a second. Chasing down that ball was one of the injury casualties of the first innings, but not from the fielding side, from the batting side. He was limping along. Their talisman, their top run scorer. Manqindi getting ready to bowl his 4th legal delivery. It's already 8 from the first 3 deliveries. He'll really need to start pulling that back if he wants his team to stand a chance. He's very vocal, very involved with his players. He's very vocal in the field. He's doing a lot of running with his batters. That's bowled with a bit more gusto. Misfield. But this time they do settle for the one. No dot balls as of yet. As the Limpopo coach, that's what you would have ordered from your batters. That's been swept into the leg side now. And it's beaten the fielder. He's got a bit of a chase on and he's lost the race. And that is the first boundary of the innings. Henry Marsha hit that with real power past the fielder, and then not managing to reel it in afterwards. 13 without loss, 5 deliveries bowled. Marsha advancing down the track, he's hit that very high. Fielder chasing it down as they come back for the second. A very fruitful over. Wonderful batting so far in that first over. 15 runs coming from it. Very well bowled. Sorry, very well batted. Exactly how they would have wanted to start. Makhoka now facing Mshweshwe coming into the attack. Also quite valuable with the bat. Got a few runs to help Border get to the total they did. Underwhelming total, however, it is defendable. It's a fantastic first over for Limpopo. What can Makhoka do? Wide ball's been signalled. That ball's been hit down to square leg. Just the single. And a no ball has been signalled as well. So no ball probably for fielding restrictions. Does look like there's 3 fielders out the circle. Ball's been hit down the ground, and that is the first dot of the innings. Border will need a few of those to reel this back in. Wickets will be imperative. Oh my goodness, that was a rather wild misfire. Ball just gripping in his hand, and the batsman's runner just avoiding at all costs. That ball's gone down leg side. Marsha having a massive swing. He's tried to hit the cover of the ball. And this time he does connect. He's hit that really well. There's a chase on for the fielder. And it's a chase that is in vain as he goes for another boundary. Henry Marsha having big swings, and when he does connect, it will fly away to the boundary. Score moves on to 23 without loss after 1.3 overs. If he sticks around, this innings definitely won't be lasting very long. He's gone down once again, very uncomfortably. Slight limp. He's really uncomfortable. Just sort of walking it off, shaking it off. That one on the stumps, been swept into the deep. They have put out cover, knowing that that's where he's probably going to target.
That's the over.
No, 1 ball left. Since kufika kwabe wide. Kwabe 1 plus no ball. Kwabe dots. Kwabe no ball. Kwabe dots, kwabe 4. Kwabe dots, kwabe 1.
1 ball remaining in the second over. Umpires just slight miscalculation. They're human just like us. That ball's been hit into the leg side for a single. That's 2 overs completed. 25 without loss. And match situation now. 102 required of 108 deliveries at a run rate of 5.67 to the over. Very chaseable and by all means in Limpopo's hands at this stage. Especially since they're going at a run rate of 12.5 to the over.
Number 8. Walt.
Coming into ball now, Walter Meva. Looks like his left arm coming over the wicket. Limpopo looking to take advantage of the power play. Meva just straying down leg side. It will be a wide. It's a big swing. Makhoka. He hasn't really found the middle just yet. Oh, he's hit that well through the offside. There's a chase on for the fielders. And they come through for a second. He's had a huge swing once again. Wide ball given. Ball's been hit into the offside again. Lots of gaps. And the batter seeming to find it really well. Makhoka adding 2 more runs to his name. May not be hitting the boundaries, but he is going at more than a run a ball because constantly finding gaps where there's more than 1 run. Exactly what they need to do at this stage. Once again into the exact same region. Coming back for a second. No need. It's 4 runs. It's another boundary. Just as I was saying, he wasn't finding boundaries. Decided to say, what are you talking about? And this time straying down leg side. Meva frustrated. No ball for the ball rolling off the pitch. This time being hit straight down the ground, back at the bowler. Good fielding from Meva.
Umpire, 1 more. 1 more.
Umpires seem eager to end the over. This time being called back once again for another delivery. We aren't playing the 100 in England. It's not 5 ball overs. And this time down leg, worked to the fielder. That's the captain doing the fielding. That brings to an end the third over of the Limpopo innings. 37 without loss now. 90 runs required from 102 balls. The required rate has now dropped to 5.29 to the over. Manglindi coming back for his second over now.
For 12.
Thank you.
Just a slight field change here. Captain wanting to set the perfect field. In dire need of a wicket. Can he bring it for his team? It's a good ball first up, and that's exactly what he ordered. Brilliant delivery. He's rolled that one right onto the middle stump. And real disappointment in the eye of Makhoka. "37 runs on the board before the first wicket was taken." "37 for 1. New batter Mokondelele just waiting for his bat as they ready themselves now. B1 batter coming to the crease. It's vital that Masha still is at the crease. Oh, that's been hit into the leg side. There's runs to be got here. That's one. Surely there's a second, and they've decided to go for it. And 2 runs become 4. That's the benefit of having a B1 batter. It's really difficult for them, and it's just amazing how often they do hit the ball. And real just reward with double runs. That one going straight through his legs. Captain Manlindi come through with a real exciting over. There's an appeal now from the fielders. Another dot ball. Lots of discussion in the field. Encouragement for the bowler. That's come off the glove. They considered the run but decided against it. 3 dots in a row. Is this the pressure build up? There's a wicket as well in the over. Manglindi this time bowling it off the pitch. No ball given. Doesn't want to ruin these figures now. That's wide ball this time instead of the no ball. Could say it's slightly more legal, but the repercussions are still the same. 1 run against you. Really well bowled. Mokondelele standing very wide outside off stump, outside leg stump. Lots of room for that bat swing. Just have to wonder if it's a little too far outside leg. But that is the end of the 4th over. 2 overs left in the power play. Limpopo will be looking to take advantage of it. 43 for 1 the score. And Henry Marsha on strike. Batting against Meva. Marsha not shy to have a big swing of the arms. Ball's been swung out into the leg side. Chance of multiple runs. They do go back for a second. Captain collecting the ball and throwing it in. 2 runs to the scoreboard. Oh, he's had a swing at that. He had to go for the second time as they jog through for a single. Darker clouds starting to pull in now. We'll need that game to finish soon. Last thing you want to do is be 10 runs short and the rain stops the game. Really slow delivery delivered, but this time swept into the leg side. And 1 run, turn 2 scored. Marsha back on strike. 17 off 11 so far for the opener. That one's been slightly mistimed. Hit straight back at the bowler. Advances down the track. Wide signalled. Hasn't been the worst over. Still 6 runs coming from it already. That is absolutely annihilated through the covers. Fantastic shot from Marsha. That's 4 runs and probably one of the hardest hit balls of the day. Great shot and just showing what he's worth and what he's capable of and why he is the key man. He also brings up the 50 runs for Limpopo. And before the 5th over is even completed, 53 for 1 after 4.5. This time on the wicket, he's worked it into the leg side. 1 run taken, and Marsha will keep strike for the final over of the power play. 6 overs gone, 54 for 1. So far, Limpopo looking so comfortable with this chase. Required run rate has now dropped to 4.87. You'd have to think that wickets are the only way forward for Border Lions.
Umpire, can I have the bowler shirt number, please? Alright, thank you. Hold on.
"73 runs required of 90 deliveries." Oh, and that is absolutely bludgeoned past the keeper. That is a fantastic delivery, fantastic shot. Some real power once again. And a no ball on top of that. It's really not ideal. Machedi coming into bowl for the final over of the power play and getting punished first up. This could be a big over. Masha looking to aggress, hitting his 4th boundary. Oh, he's done it again. This time, the other side of the wicketkeeper. Unfortunately, Machedi just not finding his line. Another no ball since it rolls off the pitch. That's 10 runs added to the total and not a legal delivery bowled in the over. Captains decided to put 2 men behind the wicketkeeper for that shot. But with it being power play, that'll be the only fielders out on the fence. It's a real tough situation. Machedi needing to find his lines. Our ball's been hit straight to the fielder. A much welcome dot ball. No ball signaled, been hit back at the keeper. This time he's able to stop it. It's another run added to the total. Henry Marsha won't mind this at all. He's moved on to 30 off 18, strike rate of 166. Oh, he's reverse swept that. There's a chase on here for the captain. Is he able to cut it off? Yes, he is. Good work. And that's the 2nd run that was taken. That's 2 more runs to the tally. 67 for 1 after 5.2. This over already going for 13 and only 2 legal deliveries have been bowled. No ball signal once again. Driven out into the offside. Big chase on for the fielder. They've come back for a 2nd and it's gone all the way to the boundary. 4 more runs. 5 if you include the no ball. This is a real expensive over. Required rate dropping below 4 runs to the over. And that's really just after an expensive first few deliveries. .55 needed from 88 balls. Been hit down the ground for a single. Consider a 2nd. He's had to scramble back, but no harm done. Just a single. I say just a single. Single turns into two. And that is another no ball that's been hit down the ground.
Sure.
Just one run scored.
Sure.
And the captain has come back into the attack. $82 for 1 on the board after the power play. A real costly over there, going for about 29 if I'm not mistaken. 27. Manlindi looking to get another wicket after he managed that one in his first over. Got the B1 batter on strike. Anything he can get away will be gold for border or for Limpopo. And they do go through for a single that becomes 2. That's great work. Henry Marsha into the 40s. He'll be looking to continue with that destructive power that he's got. Real effort ball from Manlindi. 1 run taken. There is an appeal there for an LBW, but given not out by the umpire. Border Lions do still have hope. Still a lot of energy and encouragement in the field. But if you looked at the scorecard, it's all leading towards Limpopo. Ball's been pushed out into the offside. The running's been really good. And that is the end of the 7th over. Limpopo find themselves 88 for 1. 39 runs needed from 78 balls.
The 7.
Coming into the attack now, Lazola Daniels. Really good with the ball at the bat. Was an appeal there, no ball given. B1 batter doing really well on his end. 14 runs of 14 balls. It's contributing to this partnership that has now actually surpassed 50 runs. They're on 52 as a partnership. That's really good, and playing tip and run at the moment. 2 more runs to the scorecard. "36 runs needed now from 77 deliveries. That's a no ball, considered going after it. But Masha knows better. He's gone at a strike rate of 150, taking the attack. More runs, more runs, more extras. This time a wide instead of a no ball. Oh, it's well played by Masha. The captains misread that one. They end up coming back for a second. Oh, and there's overthrows now. Coming back for a third. Good running by Limpopo. Some appreciation from the bench for that. They're making it look so easy at the moment. No real trouble, no real risks. Mukondelele on strike now, hitting it straight to the fielder. It's gone down leg side once again. Wide ball signaled. That one's gone a bit straighter. He's hit that to the fielder, who's collected it well. Go through for the single, turn 2. Total moves up to 99 for 1. Creeping ever closer to that 127 target that's been set for them. Marsha hits that down to the backward square leg position. Goes through for a single, and that brings up the 100 after 7.5 overs at a run rate of 12.77 to the over. It's been power hitting galore. A lot of no balls from these borderline bowlers. Ball's been swept back at the bowler, doing the fielding himself. After 8 overs, 100 for 1, 27 required from 72 deliveries. We are approaching the inevitable. If anything, it's wickets that are going to save Borderlines at this stage.
And I have the. Oh, okay, it's fine, number 15.
That should or could have been it wasn't given as a wide. It's quite a tight call. Makokolwana coming into the attack with the ball now. Ball's been hit out, down straight, and he's hit that so hard. And it's 4 runs.
Sure. Yeah.
These no balls that are turning into 4s are really devastating. Marsha moving on to 49 of 31. That's his 7-4 of the innings. He's done so well. And he's put his team in a position where you could hardly see them losing. Now for his individual 50. Deciding against playing a shot, just the dot ball. That's again very wide. Marsha hitting that into the offside. That brings up his 50. What a fantastic innings. Henry Marsha hitting the ball to all parts of the ground. And thoroughly deserving, coming off 33 deliveries. 151 strike rate. Just putting an imprint on this dominant performance from Limpopo. A wide ball signaled. "20 runs required from 69 balls. Another no ball being bowled. This one, a much better delivery, bowled quite straight. There's a huge appeal. Not out, given by the umpire. That ball's gone wide. He's had a swing at it. They run through for the single.
Scorers.
Hundreds in
Going through for a single to finish off the 9th over. It is a Nelson for 1. 1-1-1 for 1. 16 required. Limpopo starting to see the finish line in the distance. And they're approaching real fast. Mshweshwe coming into the attack once again.
Thank you, Ems.
Yeah, his first over going for 10 runs. Can he nick a wicket here? It's a good first ball, just being guided down for a single. And they come back. Well, consider it a little chaotic. They thought there might be an overthrow, so they considered running again. Henry Marsha, 52 runs to his name. Mokondelele also really holding up his end, having 20 runs from 21 deliveries. Just making sure that no wickets are taken and that there isn't any pressure build up on that front, and it's just allowed Marsha to free his arms. And this time it's been pushed into the offside. Huge chance for a run out, and that is it. Square leg umpire stuck him. A real suicidal run. Should have never been one. And if I'm not mistaken, Henry Marsha is walking back to the change room. He's really frustrated about the call to run there. There was no need. It was so unnecessary. Asking questions of his teammates. Just not understanding what was the thought process. And it does look he's finally leaving the field quite disgruntled. Not too sure what's going on here. There's a decision that's being made as to who should be run out, but there is no question. Slight confusion, as it seems like the player that's been given out is Mokondelele. And the ball has been, oh, there's a huge appeal. That's 2 wickets and 2. And there's no hiding Mashe this time. And the two set batsmen have departed within 2 deliveries. Masha probably just disgruntled from the run out. And 2 new batsmen at the crease, neither of them having faced a ball. Mudau coming into bat now. He's on the striker's end. And it's a dot ball. Is this the way back for Border? Surely not with 14 runs. But cricket is a funny game. Anything can happen. Really close. Mshweshwe bringing the fire. I mean, that was centimeters away from the leg stump. Could have easily been a 3rd wicket for the over. 1 ball remaining. Or not by the looks of it. Looks like the over is up. And single taken off the first ball of ball Felt's over. Oh goodness, that's a drop catch. A real tough one to take. It was hit straight at the captain's chest. Manglindi knows what a chance that was. Will be quite upset that he hasn't taken the catch. 13 runs required. Ball's been hit down the ground. They've decided to go for the run. Achabe initially looked like he was ball watching and unsure if we should take the run or not. But he's decided to in the end, and inching ever closer. That ball's gone down leg side. It's been hit quite hard into the square leg region. Great fielding to release as quickly as possible, making sure that there's no more than 1 run. "11 runs needed 56 balls with 7 wickets in hand. That one's gone down leg. He's hit that in the air. No ball signalled. They've run one, coming back for the second. Are they going to take one for the throw? Highly doubt it. 3 more runs to the total. Mudau doing the job here. And he swept that into the leg side. Taking one. Oh, coming back for the second. Real risky second run. Not quite sure what the thinking was, but that really could have been a wicket. Having said that, 5 runs to go. One delivery could be all it takes. It's a good one that's been played into the offside, hit out to a man out in the deep. And they decide to stick to 1 run. 1 ball remaining in the 11th. 123 for 3. And the ball's been bludgeoned down the ground. There's a chase on for the fielders. There should be a second run. And they've made it comfortably in the end. End of the 11th over. 2 runs needed. With 2 runs needed to win, it's inevitable that this will be the final over. And to bowl it will be Bolfelt. Apologies, Captain Manlindi. Putting it on his shoulders. There's a huge appeal that has to be. And that is another wicket. Manlindi pumped up. Looking to wrap up this tournament in style for Border. Only 2 runs required and they managed to take a wicket.
Yeah.
New batter coming in, Molema. Molema himself taking 4 wickets in the bowling innings. It's a fantastic effort from his side to set his team up in a position. Apologies, number 13 into bat. Shikwambani, big appeal. The captain's really wanting to get stuck in at the end. Just a little bit too late, unfortunately. If they'd taken a few earlier wickets, it might have been really difficult to chase this down. Wide ball's been signalled. The scores are level. 1 run required to win. Shikwambani, he's hit that. All of the Border Lions fielders crowding the batter. They don't want to concede any runs here. Make it as difficult as possible. It's another dot ball. With the scores level, you'd think there's not much pressure on the batter, but he is still an individual, still human. That's a huge hit. Oh, he's hit it. The diving catch was attempted. It was so close. That could have been another wicket. Could have been wicket number 5. Mshweshwe kicking himself. And that is wide ball signal. That is game over. Limpopo have won against the Border Lions. It's been a dominant performance from start to finish. The bowlers getting real stuck into the Border attack and into the Border batting lineup. Molema with a standout bowling performance, getting 4 wickets. And with the bat, Henry Marsha slapping the ball all around the stadium. It's a comfortable 6-wicket win. Limpopo really chuffed with that. And some would call it a rather big upset. Wouldn't have thought that Limpopo would win so comfortably. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the final fixture of the group stages completed. We just need to get back to the drawing board, find out what the points tally is, and from there we go into the semi-finals tomorrow. One semi-final will be hosted here at the Oval, another one being hosted at Kingsmead Stadium. Kingsmead Stadium will be the final venue for this tournament. As you can see in the background, those towering lights overlooking what will be a grand finale for this incredibly exciting tournament, the BCSA National Tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in as we leave to the tunes of Limpopo singing in the joyous reward of victory.